Hello and welcome to Ngwasheng Online Maths Academy. My name is Desmond Ngwasheng. I'm a maths tutor for this channel. This channel we are doing grade 8 up to 12 lesson based on different topics, different terms, also based on the request from subscribers or followers. We do that randomly, so if it has been requested, but we are trying to follow the CAPS syllabus, South African based syllabus, where we are following the annual teaching plan. Now, this video today, I did posted the video based on factorization, but now, due to the request that I was getting from my learners, they wanted me to focus on these kinds of factorization that we see here. They are in the form of quadratic, but they are of not ordinary ones. The normal ordinary factorization of a quadratic, usually there's a leading term that has an x squared. But if we check now, we are having the fractions. Hence, I'm saying this is a factorization where middle term is a fraction. If you check, the middle term here is 1 over 4, another middle term 1 over 3, 1 over 4, 1 over 2. The leading term is forever like we are used to having the x squared as the leading term, especially talking about quadratic. But now we are having something different. And then in most cases, this is where we apply K method. But I would like to tell you that not only K method, it is applicable. There is different method. But I want to present the same method that you are all familiar with when you're dealing with quadratic. So now, I will start by doing one of the problems that you are all familiar with. I'll start with, if you are having x squared minus x minus a 12 is equivalent to, you see, we're actually solving for x by factorizing this quadratic. Now, we forever concentrate on our leading term x squared. We say, what makes x squared? We are quick to say x times x. But that is not actually the case. What influences us to say x and x is actually the middle term. Why do I say so? We have invisible 1 there. So this twice. So if you bring x, this is like x1, x1. What we see here, it comes here. It's split. Now we know that x1 times x1 definitely is x2 if we have to apply our exponential law. So this is where all these come from. We know even you can say x squared is x times x. It's a norm to most learners, but where does this come from? The middle term is the key. Is the one tells you that, you know what? To get this, multiply these twice. So, which is why we are forever saying x times x. Now, what are the factors of 12 that can give us 1? As you can see, the middle term it's 1. So, a learner can just find the factors of 12, which is 6 times 2, and then 4 times 3. But the one that can give us 1, whether we add or we subtract, is this one. So, this one is out. So, we're having a 4 and a 3. Now, look at the sign. They say the bigger number takes the sign of the middle term. My middle term is negative x. So the bigger one is 4. I'm going to put negative there, positive there. For therefore, we know when we transpose minus 4, the answer will be 4. Another one, when we transpose positive 3, it's going to be negative 3. This is what most learners are used to. Now, let me show you how to do that even without applying K method on this. Now, I say, this number itself, the center, the middle term, if you split the middle term, this one double give you that. Just like we said, this x here, 1, 1, give us that. What about this one? That means even if I factorize this one, I'm now sure of something. I'm sure I'm going to have x 1 over 3, x 1 over 3. We can prove that. When you multiply these two, they give you that. Let me prove that so that it can build confidence in you. You know that when you do this, you don't do mistake. Law number 1, when you multiply the same base with L, so I'm going to have a 1/3 plus that, which gave me 2 over 3. There. It is proven. You can pause the video and make sure that you work on these problems. Now, we were doing the obvious thing here. Even here, I'll do this. This half, x half, x half, x half. That's what I'm dealing with. I don't use K method. However, K method is also applicable. But remember, the nature of this, the purpose of this video is to show that you can factorize even if you're having something of this nature without K method. Now you can see even here, I'll use this x1, x to the power. You see, everything here. The middle term is x to the power 1 over 4. I put 1 over 4 everywhere because I know if you multiply, it's going to give you that. Here we're having 1 over 3. I put 1 over 3 everywhere because it's going to give us that. 1 over 4, same thing. 1 over 2, same thing. Now let's come to the real thing. What are the factors of 6 that can give us 5? On the previous video, there's a video on the playlist of grade 11 where we say when you see a negative and a positive, they are all negative. Make sure. So if they're all negative, whatever it is, the factors, we can add them. So what are factors of 6? That when you add them, they'll give you 5. Factors of 6, we've got 6 times 1, we've got 3 times 2. Right? So I cannot use this because if I add 6 and 1, I'm getting a 7 while I'm having a 5. So I'm going to use 3 and 2. That means automatically we are having something like this. This side, you are having a 2. But how do you get rid of that? We all know that we get rid by multiplying with the reciprocal. Hence, here there's 1. We're going to just multiply by 4 as well. So these cancel everything. You are left with x. Now, this is 3 to the power 4. And then obviously, what are we getting? I think, will that be 64? 3 to the power 3 is 27. 27 times 3 again. Yes, it's going to give us 81. Done. All of them, same application. All of them, same application. All of them. So even this one, I'll say how to get rid of this. I'll multiply by 4 over 1. This side, it will be 4. So cancel, cancel. X equals to 2 to the power 4, which gives us 16. Remember, the challenge is not to proceed. The challenge is to, from here to here, to factorize. Only that, factorization. So only when, actually, let me turn this into, like we solving of x by factorization first. Solve for x, basically. Because now I'm solving. But if I'm factorizing, then there's no need to put equation. What about this one? What are factors of 2 that can give us 1? Definitely it's a 2 and a 1. But 2 because it's positive, 2 is the bigger one, and my middle term is negative, then I put a negative and a positive. Since they're both negative, one of them must be positive, one of them must be negative. I think the original, from the start, I wanted this to be factorization, actually. So I will just get rid of that. Then you don't have to worry about solving. You don't have to worry about solving anymore, because looking at the time, I don't want this to exceed like more than 10 minutes or 20. Now, let's come to this one. This one, I'll do it at the end. Factors of 12, that can give us 1. We've got 12 times 1. We've got 6 times 2. We've got 4 times 3. But 4 minus 3 can give us 1. So now that means these ones are out. So I'm having a 3 there and a 4. Now, let's look at the signs. My middle term is negative. The bigger one between the two must take the sign of the middle term. So I'm putting minus there. I'm putting a plus. That's it. We factorized. Let me cancel this so that there's not an equation anymore. So obviously, the first one I was trying to solve, but now I'm showing you how to factorize. That is the key thing. Coming to this one. Because of 3, if you check on the playlist, there's a video where I was dealing with factorization. So you'll get more of this. Since I've got a 2 negative, one of them will be positive, one will be negative, either way. So I can say positive and negative. Definitely, I'm sure. Now, how to find the factors of 2? I will start by saying 2 times 3 times 2, which is 6. Now, what are factors of 6? That can give us 5 when we add or subtract. So I'm having 6 times 1 and 3 times 2. Now that I'm aware that one of them must be positive, one of them must be negative. So there's no way that I'm going to pick this. Because if I say plus here minus, there's no way that they'll give me a 5. Even if I switch sign and do this, there's no way that I'll get a 5. So my distance out, so I'm taking a 6. So I'm having a 6 and 1. But carefully so, the middle term is negative. So 6 is going to be negative. So I'm going to put a 6 there and a positive there. Done. So if you did understand this video and you want us to do more of this kind, just on the comment section there, comment the word factorize and tell us what is it that you want us to help you with. I thank you for watching.